Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're working on the K O Lee B300 tool and cutter grinder again today. Friends did come to the rescue and I have some lovely new oiler springs. I'm not certain exactly what's going on underneath the saddle, so we're going to pull that off, have a look, clean this thing up within an inch of its life, and hopefully in today's episode put the whole thing back together and see how she works. This machine has the one-shot lube system on it, and one of the things we're going to have to do is disconnect the flexible line because it travels with the saddle, and that's going to have to come off to take the saddle off. A little bit snug getting a wrench in there, but it's doable. Gonna pull this wheel off. Be careful not to lose my little woodruff key, which is in there. Shows no sign of coming out, so that's fine. To get this apart, I have to remove the crossfeed screw, and in order to do that, I have to get the bearing out of here. And all this stuff's going to need a good cleaning. This block here keeps the saddle from tipping off if you were to put too much weight on it. It is heavy. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, this was good and due for a cleaning. My little wheels were all still touching, but I'm replacing the springs and all this stuff anyways. I've got a whole bunch of cleaning to do here. I think these pockets are pretty full of guck. I'm going to want to clean this entire area up completely, so I'm going to loosen off the clamp for this oiler line and hopefully just slide that tube out of there. Just like that. Okay, now my nut can come off and go in my to be cleaned pile. Very satisfying guck removal. Get the worst of it with this little scraper dealio. I'm going to very carefully stand this thing up here, I'm hoping. See what's going on the other side. Well, that doesn't look terrible. Just needs a blast. It's great with it in this position. Everything's going to drain right out. This is perfect. Well, we've got this base cleaned up, as clean as we can possibly get it. The saddle's cleaned up, the table's cleaned up, so we're going to put this guy back together and keep everything just as clean as we can. Pre-fill all these pockets so we don't have to run dry while we're waiting for the pump to get the oil up in there. I'm not being shy here. I don't mind a little bit of overspill, a little bit of mess. I really want this thing to be as sloppy as it can be when I put it back together. While I'm at it, I'm going to fill up this one-shot lube system. Because when I bit this back together, I'm going to be doing a lot of pumping on this. I really want this thing to be good and wet. It's heavy. That's nice. That's real nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I've got these ways just as clean as I possibly can. So I'm going to put my new springs in there. And get my wheels in there. And then I'm going to fill it all with oil just like I did with the saddle. Before I put this together, I'm going to want some oil in there. And I'm also going to want to put some oil in my nut just to get it started. It's this nut here that takes the backlash out of the system. Well, that is the backlash, except of course what's in between the screw and the nut. That's just going to be what it is. There is a backlash eliminating adjustment on here, but I've got it maxed out. And honestly, by the time you get zero backlash, everything is way too tight anyway, so I'm not the least bit worried about that. I can deal with backlash. I actually am going to need to fill this up because I want that gear at least dipping in the oil, just like that, so that it's lubricating that rack as it goes along. You wet everything just as we did with the saddle. Bring this in. And I got to put the upper table on. Oh, it's doing the thing. It's coasting. Can you see that, people? It's coasting.
Nice.
I was afraid it wouldn't, but it is. So, woohoo. Once I get these coasters in, I can pull out the block of wood underneath. Actually, I think I forgot to show you guys that, but I'll show you when I pull it out. That knob in the center would like to fall down when you put this other table on. So I jammed a block of wood in there, but we're going to pull that out. And we'll show you that in just a minute. First, we need these wedges in here to hold that center pin from falling down. So I'm going to be as careful as I can here. I need to get that block of wood out from underneath this rack. Where are you? Right there. Now back together. Something I'm super happy about, and now that we're back together, and I'm honestly a little surprised at, is in the first video we talked about how these tables should coast just a teeny bit when you stop turning the handle. I mean, they're not on balls or anything else, so they're not going to coast a lot, but this did not coast at all. This was actually sticky and tight. It just felt wrong. So I'm very happy to show you guys. It's got a little bit of coast now. Oh, it didn't go there, but there it did. There it did. It's got a little bit of coast, and it feels much better, much smoother, looser all the way around. I'm just being careful now to really make sure I've got some solid oil underneath this table. And what I found helps, because this will kind of squeegee itself off. So what I found helps is to actually lift the one end up, get it in there, then drop it down. And then I've actually sandwiched that oil in there, trapped it in there. Well, folks, that's going to do it for this little video. I'm super happy with the way this turned out. It's nice and fresh, and I think we're good for another 100,000 miles. Thanks for watching. Huge thank you to our Patreon members. We'll see you guys in the next one.